welcome back to the Nurse on Purpose podcast. Today, we're going to be diving into a conversation about leveraging your personal style to make a bold and powerful statement with your presence. My guest today, Renee Lindo, has had an impressive track record as a corporate leader in Big Pharma, launching giants like Lipitor and Viagra, but then discovered her true passion, visionary style coaching, and she's helping women rewrite the rules of how we show up. Renee, through years of experience, has learned that when a woman dresses with intention, she doesn't just change how the world sees her, she also changes how she sees the world. Now, as the founder of Let's Get Dressed, she works with women in various corporate arenas, helping them use style to tell a powerful story before they even say a word. It gives me great pleasure to welcome my very first non-nursing, non-medical guest onto the podcast. You're welcome to the podcast, Renee.
Thank you so much. Great intro. Thank you for that. And I'm excited to be the first non-nurse. Yay! We'll have a different conversation today, so that's exciting. But thanks for having me. It's awesome to be here. I love talking about this topic. I love sharing my passion for our style. So thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for being here. You know, we met at a nursing conference, right? And while she was in a nurse, she presented about professional kind of identity and the way that you show up. And I was really intrigued by your session because I also believe that, of course, our professional image is all encompassing. It's not just about the work that we do. It also includes our physical appearance. So today we're just going to be talking about betting on yourself because you made a very big shift, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about dressing for the energy that you want, and how style can elevate not just your image, right, but your impact as well. So let's get started. First things first, okay? You have a very fascinating leadership story. So take us back to the Caribbean and now to Canada. How did your leadership journey begin? And what do you think those early roles in leadership taught you about how your presence, your confidence, and your appearance affects people's perception about you?
Oh, wow. So all the way back there. Yes. So I grew up in Jamaica and went to school in Jamaica. And I've always been a good student. Always studied hard. So nothing really came easy for me, but I always studied hard, always did well, would come first in my class, and was selected by teachers to read at assemblies or to read at prize givings. And so I've always kind of had that in me. Like I wanted to be the best. I wanted to lead. I liked that role. And so that has just been with who I am in everything, in schooling, in how I live my life. And so, as I started my career in pharma, I was always also very driven to be the best and win the awards. And I just realized and style has always been a piece of who I am. I think was growing up in Jamaica and Caribbean women, even Black women, I'd say, it's our style and how we look and how we put ourselves together is a big piece of who we are and our identity, and looking good and feeling good, and our hair and our skin and our clothing. And so that's just always been a piece of me. My mom was very stylish and always put together. So it's just been who I am. And so you talk about the leadership roles. And so that's the style piece. Then the leadership, I think it was just a natural how I naturally evolved. I did well, worked hard, studied hard, and so I was put in these positions of putting myself in front of people and leading and taking up bigger roles. And so I just kind of grew into that, I'd say. What I noticed is that as I was progressing my career, and my last role was I was a national sales director. Yeah, so I led a team of reps across Canada, launched products. I was, involved in the coaching, the hiring, the marketing, all of that. And I just knew that when I showed up well for myself, when I put myself together well, and I had to sit at the boardroom and I had to have these difficult conversations and I had to negotiate better for myself and make myself be heard and be the only, it just gave me this level of confidence to say, you're going to listen to what I have to say, or I have something important
Mm.
to say. And then I also knew that my
Yeah.
experience was different. I knew that what I was bringing to the table was valuable. And just being like wearing this armor just gave me that confidence to speak up. So
Mm.
sorry, that was a long answer, but I think it really addressed some of the parts of the questions that you asked.
Yes, 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 for sure. And then you had gotten to this height in your professional career and you decided to do what?
Yes. And this is a story I share often because, I would work so hard to climb this ladder and climb the mountain. And when I got to the top of the mountain, I'm like, yay, I've made it. I'm here. And then I'm like, oh, but I'm on the wrong mountain. Like, I don't want to, I,
Oh man,
you know,
say that
I want to be
again.
over there. I mean, this is great. And this is what
Oh
I thought,
man.
this is what I worked for. This is what I skinned my knees and
Wow.
climbed and broke off my nails doing. But I'm here now, and I don't
Oh
know if I really want to
man.
be here. But there was
Oh
no
man.
conversation when I was growing up about anything else, right? As we grew up, if you were smart and if you did well in school, doctor, lawyer, you had to be a profession. You had to be a professional, right? You had to have some
Mhm.
type of profession,
To make money.
right? And there was never any discussion, and I never saw images of people doing work as a stylist or helping women with their style or shopping for people. So it just was never a part of my reality until I got older and I said, let me see what could this look like. Right. Well, yes. So I stepped away. So your question. So I stepped away. So when I reached the top, I'm like, I want to
Mhm.
be over there. I just decided, and it wasn't just spur of the moment. It took some time, and I decided that if I'm going,
Mm.
I've been very successful for my companies, so I'm going to bet on me. If I don't do it now, when then would I ever do it? So I stepped away and I decided I really did not have a plan. I did not have a great business plan. I wasn't thinking about, okay, this is going to be my business.
Mm.
It was just, I knew that this was no longer fulfilling me. Yes, I was successful, but there
Mm.
had to be more. I wanted to be able to pour into women at a different level because I knew and I saw how important it was when we really tapped into the power of our style, how it expands what we are
Yeah.
available for, and the opportunities that came
Yeah.
when the confidence it gives you, how the world interacts with you because your energy is different. And so stepped
Yeah.
away and
Yeah.
started my business. So I was able to, and it's a business that I'm
Yeah.
able to really merge my love for fashion and style. I've always loved it. Even university girls would come
Yeah.
to me and I'd help them get ready, get dressed to go out. As a
Nice.
leader, I'd take
Nice.
some reps shopping to kind of put their wardrobes together. So it merges my corporate
Yeah.
background with my love for fashion and style to do this work.
Yeah. And your company is
Let's
called
get
Let's
dressed.
Get Dressed.
Yes.
That is a bold move,
Yeah.
Renee, I have to
Yeah.
say, because it really requires you to have some big guts and faith,
Yes.
right? To decide you're going to leave a career that is paying the
Mhm.
bills. Everyone around you would say she's kind of crazy
Absolutely.
to do that.
Yeah.
And people want what you have, and then you're going to
Yes.
leave it. So just before we move forward into talking more about your company, I just want to applaud you because it's not easy to do something so audacious. You have two kids, two adult kids. You're like, I can just chill and be in mommy mode and take care of them. But you were like, no, I'm going to go for
Yeah.
what I truly feel is calling deep inside
Yeah.
of me, and I'm going to bet on
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
So
It was hard. Let me tell
kudos
you.
to
Thank
you
you.
for doing
Thank you.
that.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
But I just knew,
yeah.
I just felt like, there just has to be more. There just had to be more to
Mm,
life. Yes, I'd achieved a lot, but
mm.
I wanted more. But I have to tell you, it wasn't easy. It was a decision I made.
Oh, yeah.
And sure, so I guess on one hand, okay, so I was confident to make the decision, but I really wasn't prepared as well as I should have been, right, for such a bold move. To
Mm-hmm.
have things in place
Mm.
to be able to really transition smoothly from where you are into this new thing. I didn't have that.
Right.
But for me, that just
Wow.
really wasn't available. I just knew that it just had to go now. I was miserable. I really did not want to have to go to work, right? So I was
Mm.
miserable. So, I would tell anybody who wanted to, who's thinking of starting a new business or leaving corporate and going to on their own. I really believe you need to have an audience. You need to have a community. You need to have someone people that you're going to sell to and talk to and present your things to, because it was really difficult for me to eat and learn at the same time. Right. So I didn't
Yeah.
pivot and go into an industry in pharma that I knew already and I had connections. This was something completely different. So I was trying to learn that. All I had was my love and my passion and my
Yeah.
skill. But the marketing,
Wow.
the social media, I didn't know any of that. Right. Even the connect, like, what do you do? So
Right.
all of that I was learning
Mhm.
while trying to also sell
At the
myself.
same.
So that would be my
Right.
biggest
Right.
recommendation, is to really have a community. And you can build your community while you're working. Share different things, share your point of view, share.
Yeah.
And then when it gets to a point where you think you
Yeah.
have people who know you, know what you do, love what you do, and you can
Hmm.
talk to them, they know what they're
Yeah.
coming for, they know what you're sharing, it makes it easier.
Absolutely. And then you can transition with more ease and not feel like you're
Right,
starving.
right, right.
You don't have enough money to eat.
Exactly.
Okay, we got to
Yeah.
eat. All right. So, companies called
Yeah.
Let's Get Dressed. And you've said that Let's Get Dressed is not just about clothes, it's about owning your
Mhm.
story. Two things. First of all, why did you choose to focus on a certain demographic of women, right? Women in their 40s. And what is it that you wish more women understood about style and identity?
Well, when I started, I hadn't really niched down. I hadn't realized or thought about that this would be my target or my niche. I just wanted to help women. But the more work I did and the
Hmm.
more women that I was working with, they were older. So my background is corporate. So my women tend to be in corporate, or sometimes entrepreneurs who have left corporate. And so they just tended to be a similar age as me. They're over 40, right? And then so I kept
Yeah.
hearing the struggles, and there's perimenopause, menopause, right? So we have body changes. So a lot of my clients just
Yeah.
tended to be their main struggle. Their shape, their body
Yeah.
change, they're miserable, nothing in their closet fits. What do I wear? I still need to lead. I still need to show up for work. I still need to make big decisions, but I don't feel good. And I don't think I'm showing up with presence and authority, because I want, not because presence and authority, and I want to move up. I still have career goals. I still have a lot to share. So it was I didn't that came
Yeah.
focusing on that demographic really came later, after I really knew kind of what was out there.
Mhm.
And it was just a
Yeah.
natural progression, I think, because those are the women who were attracted to me and who I could speak to kind of what their challenges were.
Yeah. I have to say, I love your style so much. If I were 2015, I would rock your style. It doesn't even matter how old I
Exactly. And I
was
have clients
because,
who are not over 40, right? I have clients who are in their 30s or
yeah.
20s, because it's just that what I speak
Hmm.
to is that demographic, but still other women are still attracted to me and wanting to work with me and be in my world.
Now, one thing that I found to be very true is the emotional transformation and even the way dressing up can affect your mood, the role it plays in your mood. Have you ever used your wardrobe to shift like your energy, especially before a big meeting or a difficult day, or if you're just feeling down in the dumps and what you've put on has become almost like a superhero suit and you've been able to use that to boost your mood. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Absolutely. Every day, I get dressed. And not every day. Every day I don't feel to sit in front of my laptop or do the work and all that and the things that I need to do. I don't feel like it, but it's a point. Every day I get dressed. I get dressed like I am going to work, because I am going to work. So I put on real work
Yeah.
clothes. And it makes me feel good.
Okay.
And I play in my closet and I create different outfits and I put them on, and I feel great. So it changes my energy, it changes my mood, and it changes, it changes. There's real data that speaks to how it changes your mind and your cognitive behavior when you are
Yeah.
dressed. Even so when I'm going to some
Yes.
networking events, I am deliberate. I'm intentional about what I'm wearing. I want to feel good. I want to have
Mm.
that energy. And just the other day, I wore a red suit. It had a big, big white, the shirt on it was white with big collars, and I had a black kind of ribbon tie on it. I felt amazing when I walked into that space because I felt good and confident. I went up easily and talked to people. Hi, introduced myself. What do you do? And had a conversation. So I wasn't kind of shy and this wallflower. So it gave me an extra level of confidence. It gave me an extra level of,
Mhm.
yeah, come talk to me. I'm high vibe. I am fun. I
Yeah,
am,
yeah,
and
yeah,
so, and it's not just me,
yeah.
because I've had a client recently, similarly, she's transitioning from, she's always been in corporate and she's starting her own thing now as a leadership coach. And her body had changed. She could never find anything to wear, nothing fit, they didn't know where to shop. And so we worked together, and with her new outfit, she sent me a message and said, Renee, I went to this
Mhm,
event and oh my goodness, I felt so good to just go up and introduce myself to people. I was just talking and
mhm.
I wasn't tugging at my clothing. I wasn't self-conscious. I just felt good. So when hearing
Yeah,
those things, I'm like, yes, that is what I want. So I think your last question was, what do I
yeah.
want women to know? I want women to think about being intentional with their style, to not just drag on, the
Mhm,
old t-shirt and the leggings, even if you're working from home, but be intentional about how you're putting yourself together.
mhm,
And I always say, when you're getting dressed in the morning, instead of thinking, what am I going to wear today? Think about, what do I want to say today? What's the message I want to send today?
mm,
Whether it's a message to you, whether it's a
mm.
message to whomever you're meeting, your audience, you talking to, whatever. What's the message I want to send? Right. And I believe that reframe
Mhm,
is really quite powerful, and it helps you to put yourself in the position to give out good energy and receive great energy.
Oh, that's amazing. I feel like you're speaking directly to my soul because
Oh,
I'm guilty of all of this. I'm so guilty.
it's easy,
Man.
right? It's easy,
I'm
and we
the,
get we get we
yeah,
get laid back and we
yeah.
get kind of stuck in our rut. And we're like, hey, it doesn't matter. Oh, nobody's seeing me. Oh, what's the big deal? But I
Yeah,
encourage you to think about,
yeah.
getting dressed is not about just what others see and to be going outside. Think of
Mhm.
it as self care. Think of it as what you're doing for yourself.
So,
Those few little minutes it takes to put
yes,
on something nice, it takes the same amount of time to drag on some
yeah.
old frumpy clothes. Same time to put it on. But
Same
let's just
thing.
think
Yeah,
about, what am I putting on and why am I putting it on? How does it
yeah,
make me feel?
yeah. Frumpy and comfortable does not mean
Exactly.
frumpy. You can be comfortable and still look
Absolutely. You
frumpy,
don't have to be
right?
frumpy. It takes the same amount. I did a post on this a few months ago. It takes the same amount of time to put on frumpy and ill fitting clothes as it does to put on something that looks
Mhm.
good and feels great. The trick is
Yeah,
you have to ensure that you have those pieces. That's where the
yeah,
challenge is, right? We haven't invested the time, or yeah, invested the time really to create a closet that is filled with pieces that are comfortable, that's great for work from home, that you can mix and match to use some of the same pieces and create something if you're going to be delivering on Zoom or in person,
mm,
and then also for weekend. So that is really where the work needs to happen, is to creating a closet and a wardrobe that is intentional, that you think about how you live, that
mm.
supports how you live, so that it's easy to mix and match and create great pieces and save time.
Yeah, yeah. So, what do you say to people like me who don't like to shop? Like,
Mm-hmm.
the idea of shopping just makes me cringe. I don't want to do it. I don't enjoy it at all. I'm one of those people who, if I have to go to the mall, I'm going there for a specific reason. I'm in and I'm out. I don't spend hours. How can people like me shop in such a way that meets all of these details that you're now discussing, and I can find those pieces? Like, where should I shop, right? If I like to shop online, where should I go to shop for these pieces that are not too expensive but comfortable but also look stylish
So the
enough?
first thing is, because I heard clients will tell me this frequently, they don't like to shop. So I ask, why don't you like to shop? Usually what I hear is, I don't know what to buy. Nothing fits me well. It takes too much time. Usually that's what I hear. So when we work together and I
Mhm.
explain how to dress your body, what silhouettes will work well too, so that you're not constantly pulling at it. What colors, when I do a color analysis and show you what colors really brighten your face and look good on your face and not sap the energy out and the color out of your skin. When we
Mhm.
understand those things, then shopping becomes so much easier. You know exactly what you're looking for. You're not overwhelmed by shiny object where you have to look at everything and everything may work. So you're equipped, you know exactly what to look for. So that's one piece. You may be overwhelmed and just not know what to do. So that may be one thing. The other thing is, if you just don't like to shop, whether you know you don't want to buy or not, start with a list, just like you do a grocery list. Put a list together. Go through your closet. What are the gaps? What are the pieces that you don't have? What piece would you like to have if you had could give you some outfit options? So maybe you don't have every day you're getting dressed and you're struggling to put an outfit together. Maybe some wardrobe basics are missing. Many times it's that wardrobe basics, like nice t-shirts that you can put under a blazer. Maybe a nice fitted blazer. Maybe a great pair of dark denim that you can add pieces to. So I would say, think about how you live. So think about how you live. Think about the activities that you need to do. Look in your closet. What is missing? And then create a list, your shopping list, and then you go and find these pieces. Now the question is where to find these pieces. That's a hard question because everybody's style is different. People like different bodies are different. People like different things. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know if I can answer that well, but I'd say even start at a
Mm-hmm.
department store. A department store will have different brands that you can look at and try. So you don't have to go to different spaces in the mall, but start with a department store that has different brands. They have juniors, they have women, they have, and also those cuts will be different. So start in a department store, let's say a Macy's, and Dillard's, Macy's, Dillard's, wherever, and give yourself time to try some different designers, see
Yeah.
how they fit, and go from there. I think that would be a starting point.
Yeah. I think that's such a good idea with making a list, Don't just walk in
Yeah.
blindly if you don't like to shop. Making a list really does help. Also, I think feeling like you have to go to many different stores at the same
Hmm.
time can quickly
Yeah.
overwhelm you. So, for instance, going through
Hmm.
racks and racks of clothes, just my eyes glaze over. I get tired. I'm like, oh, this
Yeah.
is too much.
Yeah.
Then, of course, body's changing, and now you're like shopping in
Mhm.
different sizes, and you're like, wait, is that really where I
Mhm.
am now? And all the things that you're thinking about. But I really do think if you can say, okay, I'm going to budget an
Yeah.
hour or two just in one
Mhm.
store, just in the pants
Mhm.
section, and really go through everything in that
Mhm.
section,
I think
and
so.
maybe go with a friend
Yeah,
or
I think
something,
so. And especially
that
jeans.
might
Jeans is
help.
something that women struggle with finding the right fit. There's so many different cuts of jeans, different
Yeah,
styles, different
yeah,
weight, rises. Give
yeah,
yourself time. Try
yeah,
on multiple
yeah,
brands, multiple sizes till you get your right fit. Because once
yeah.
you get your fit, usually, because sometimes this can change, but usually you know exactly, okay, I'm a size 8 in this mother denim in this shape.
Right,
I know that. That's what I wear. That's what I
right.
like.
And then even if you have to shop
Right.
online, you can shop online,
Exactly.
after
Exactly. Now,
that.
sometimes
Yeah,
brands will change different things, and it doesn't. You'll buy the size, and it doesn't fit the same. But for the most part, when
yeah,
you spend invested time up front and
yeah,
just figure out what fits your body, because as you said, bodies are changing now. We're in
yeah,
perimenopause, menopause. Bodies are changing. So what fits now? And that's another thing you bring up. Sometimes the clients will say, "When I lose the weight, then I will shop. When I lose the weight, then I
yes,
think I posted about this recently.
yes,
What are we waiting for? We're living right now. We're living now. And as far as I know and where I live, we
yeah,
have to wear clothes. I don't know, maybe it's
yeah.
different where you are, but we have to wear clothes. So what are we
Oh, okay.
waiting for? Dress the body that we have
Yeah,
now, right? Understand how to dress this body.
yeah,
Understand what silhouettes work well for you and your body shape.
yeah. Yeah, it's a mental thing because I think a lot of people would say if I buy the size 12s or the size 14 or whatever it is you're fitting in, it means that I'm admitting that this is where I am and maybe it'll keep me comfortable or complacent to change and go down a size because I'm dressing that body,
Yeah,
right?
but
When
if
I
you're
don't want to
but if
be
you're
in that
stuffing
body.
yourself into the size 8, that does not look good either.
Doesn't look good either.
That does not look
Right.
good at all, right? You're stuffed in, everything is
Yeah.
pulling, it's tight. You don't feel good,
Yeah.
right? Because you see
No.
that your stomach is over the waist. You don't feel good. So I'm about
Yeah.
dressing the body that we have now, so that we can feel good,
Yeah.
so that we're in our power. Yes, our goal can be to lose weight,
Absolutely.
right? That's my goal as well. I have
Yeah.
some pounds I need to get rid of. Our goal is to lose weight, but then we have a plan. So let's have a plan. Set a plan to lose weight. Give yourself the time. Okay, by in 6 months, I'm going to be this size. If not, then I'm going to either donate or get rid of these pieces. Women who have, and I have
Yeah.
this as well. You have so many different sizes in our closet, size 6, size 12, so many sizes, because we don't want to get rid of it because our goal is to be that size 6 again. Or I need to lose the baby weight. Sometimes
Hmm.
when I hear that, how old is your baby? Baby's 10, right? Baby's 10, but
Baby
we're
can
still
always have
hoping
their
to
own
lose this
baby.
baby weight. Listen, this is the size now. We may lose the baby weight, absolutely. I'm not saying that we can't. But while we're on that
Mm.
journey, let's honor and dress this body now, right? So, and then the
Mm.
other thing,
You might add some nutritional coaching on the side, Renee. I'm just
the other
saying.
thing is, right, when we have clothes in our closet that clothes that don't fit us now, every time we walk into that closet,
Mm.
it's a constant reminder of failure. We're like, oh, it is
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
demotivating. Oh my God, I still can't wear these white pants.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not good at anything. Oh my God, I don't care anymore. And then it even sends you in the opposite direction because you throw everything out
Opposite
the window. You're like, "Oh,
direction.
it doesn't matter what I do. I'll never get there." Right. So
Hmm.
take those things out.
Yeah.
That's when I work with clients, we do the closet edit. We get rid of the things that really don't serve your lifestyle now. They don't fit now. They don't support how you live.
Mm.
Because what's the point, right? Your closet is prime real estate to be
Mhm.
filled with pieces that support
Yeah.
you.
This is amazing. You're offering fashion advice and psychoanalysis
Yeah,
all
I
at the
think that's,
same.
you always hear hairdressers are like your site. So I think I have someone,
Right, they're a
yes,
therapist
for
too.
sure. Because I mean, we're dealing with our
I love
bodies,
that.
right? And women's bodies. That's
Yeah.
just our private space, and so we talk about
Yeah.
some of these private things and private, so many changes. Whether women are going through divorce or they get married, there's weight loss, there's weight gain. Those are the women. They're transitioning into a different level at work. Those are the transitions in life where they usually are working with me because our style is such a big piece of who we are and how we show up,
Mm.
right? And our energy.
Awesome. Let's talk nursing now, right? Because we know nurses, they're often seen in scrubs and sneakers, right? How do we use personal style if we're constantly wearing the same clothing? And, really just what impact do you think our personal style can have on how the public perceives our profession?
Okay, so there's a lot there. Your
Yeah.
style is a big piece of who you are, and your style is not just the clothes that you wear. So yes, you're wearing scrubs in Jamaica. Nurses are still wearing white. They wear white hat, white
Yeah.
dress, white stockings, white
Mm.
shoes. At least the nurses in hospital. Uh, so
Mm.
still in a uniform, and then there's some in scrubs. But surely you can, if you can choose scrubs that are in a great color for you. So think about the colors that you wear, right? Think about, and I've seen some scrubs that are not just the regular hospital or scrubs, but if they're working in like in a doctor's office or what have you, the scrubs are more tailored. They have a little Nehru color, so there's some style to it,
Mhm.
and they're in some great colors. So think about the colors that you wear. Your style is not just the clothes, but it's also how you present yourself. What are the other things that you can do? What about your footwear? Can you inject some of your personality into the shoes that you wear? Your makeup, your hair.
Yeah.
Can your hair be an interesting style that really speaks to your personality? And I think your question of,
Yeah.
if you're wearing a uniform, then how does our personal style, what piece? I think our personal style, you know, is a big piece of that. Even if you're in a uniform, you have the opportunity to show up for yourself, for your
Yeah.
energy to be high vibe, to feel good, to
Mm.
whether it's
Yeah.
jewelry that if you can wear. So some of those other things that you can for sure include. And whether you're a nurse
Mm.
or any professional or any person, your personal style is a big piece of how you communicate. That's how you it's the first thing people
Mhm.
see. So yes, you may be a great
Mhm.
nurse, you're great at the bedside, you are great charting or whatever all of the things that nurses do. I don't know everything. I know there's much more than that. But before I know all of those things, I see you, right? If I'm meeting you, it's the first thing I see. And so data tells us
Mm,
that within a few seconds, people make decisions about us. Are you likable? Are
mhm.
you competent? Are you confident? And are you trustworthy? Those are the four things that people are judging in the first few seconds. So my position is,
Absolutely.
since we know that they're judging us, let's stack the deck in our favor. Let's give them the language to talk about us, right? Because if we allow people to just make up
Yeah,
stories about us or to make up their own stories, it may not be the story that we want them to tell or the story that we want them to leave with. So let's own
absolutely.
our narrative, right? Let us be the ones to be in
Right,
control
right,
of the story that we tell.
right. And whatever story they tell, good or bad, it's going to take some time to
Yeah,
erase it. So don't even allow people to tell your story for you in the first
exactly. So
place.
first
We
impressions.
need to work together with the Jamaican government to get rid of those white dresses too. We need to come up with a
Yes,
plan and put that to
yes,
rest. Like Florence Nightingale
yes, yes.
probably would not
Yeah, we
be
still call them sisters in the
but
hospital. We still call them
yeah.
sisters. Sister is the head of the floor. But yeah.
Well, let us move on to something that I want to do that's kind of fun. We're going to play our media game, but this is like a quick fire, like a rapid fire
Okay.
segment, right? First question, power blazer or statement dress?
It depends. I don't even like that question, that answer, but it depends. If I'm going into a professional space or anything like work, I'm going to wear
Mhm.
a power blazer for sure. I feel confident. It pulls my outfit together. I look streamlined, so I like the blazer. But if I'm out,
Love
if
it.
it's more personal, a fun event, a dress.
Awesome. What is your go-to color when you want to conquer the room? I think I know this
Red.
already. Red.
And that just
Yep.
became, I was
You
new.
are
And I
missing
didn't
that. I
wear
love
red
it.
before, but every time
Yeah.
I wore red, recently like, people would say something like, "Oh, I need to wear this color." And so I've been starting to wear red and it works every time.
Mm. What is the item every woman should own in her wardrobe?
Great undergarments. People don't talk about that, but
Mm.
great fitting bra. So get your bra fitting done. So great bra,
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
underwear. If you like body shapers, don't come for me because I know people are against body shapers, but I like body shapers. It just makes your clothes
Yeah.
just flow
Yeah.
smoothly,
Sit really good.
right? And you don't have
Yes.
bulges, right? Or so,
Yes. 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 I hear that. I love
yes,
that. I love
yeah.
that. Favorite confidence boosting accessory?
Killer shoes has to be the shoes.
Ooh, my girl. I told you I don't like shopping. Put me in a shoe store.
Oh,
I'll be there for five
oh my
hours.
goodness. Yes.
I love shopping for
Shoes.
shoes.
Shoes just tie the
Okay.
outfit together and elevate.
They do. They do. If your style had a theme song, this is a final question. If your style had a theme song, what would it be?
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm Jamaican, so I love reggae. I love my soca. So there's Alison Hines is I think they call her the queen of soca. She has a song called Born With It. And so I like that because it really
Huh?
speaks to that this is just a part of who I am. And in this song talks about it was passed down from my grandmother to my mother now to me. So I think
I love
that's it. And that's one. And then the other one that you may be more familiar with that I think about is I'm every woman because my style, sometimes I'm sporty,
uh-huh.
right? And I love to wear kind of sporty,
Yeah,
casual stuff. Another time, I'm
yes.
sassy and I want to wear some midriff and maybe some sheer stuff. And then other times, I
Love
love my
it.
classic pieces, blazers, wide leg pants. So kind of all over.
I'm every
Yes,
woman.
yes.
Okay. That. Okay. So let's play our media game because even though you're not a nurse, I want you to come up with the nurse character.
Okay,
Um, create one. If you could create a show that featured a nurse character in it. Okay. Are you ready?
okay.
Okay. It's our last piece and we'll be done. Okay. Okay. So your category is sitcom.
Okay. All right,
You
you
like
put me on the
sitcoms?
spot, but yes, I like sitcoms. All
Okay,
right.
good.
So you want a story, a sitcom about a nurse.
Yeah, featuring a nurse lead, different stories that surround her
Okay,
character.
sure. So this nurse, I'm going to give her a name. Her name is Shelley. So
Okay.
Shelley is a new immigrant to Canada. She's from Jamaica. She's a nurse. She is the head trauma nurse in a busy hospital downtown, and well liked. Everybody, they love her. She's compassionate. She's a hard worker, well respected. She's always well dressed, and so that's who she is. But so that's her in the day. On the side, she's also a style coach. So she loves fashion, she loves
Mm,
style. And I talk about that at work. She's always well put together. She always wears the
very
latest
nice.
kicks with her shoes, she wears statement earrings if she can. And so that's her. And she always has a blazer kind of just in case because she's seeing herself moving up. So anyway, on the side, she's a style coach. So she works with nurses and executives and community leaders to middle aged to help them to come back to themselves and to feel confident about who they are. So that's what she does on the side. And then now,
Nice.
with budget cuts, the hospital is facing mass layoffs. And so she decided mass layoffs, and then a lot of the people are concerned and worried. So she decides to set up a pop up shop to do makeovers for
Mm,
these nurses and anybody who wants. And so she did makeovers, and people are feeling good. She's talking to them about their body shape and how to use their style to change their mood
nice.
and to what colors to wear. So all the things. So they're loving it. One of them had a TEDx talk and started and talked about this transformation that they went through and called her out.
Yeah.
And so she was going viral. People, and then the hospital administration found out. So they said,
Wow.
"Oh no, you can't have
Drama.
both. You have to decide: is it us or this thing that you're doing?"
Yeah,
So that's the story. So she
right.
has decided now, okay, am I going to go all in on what I love and the transformation, or am I going to stay
Mhm.
as a nurse? I'm good at this.
Nah.
People love me. And so that's the cliffhanger. That's the story. Each week we figure
Yes.
out what she
Yes,
does.
I love it.
So how was that?
Love it. I told you you got this. I told you.
So that's it. And her
Awesome.
name is Shelley. Her name is Shelley Jones. There it
And
is.
her
She even
name
has
is
a name.
Kelly. I love it. That is a wrap. This episode has been so amazing. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope Renee's insight on style, confidence, showing up as your full, authentic self gave you something to think about and something to act on, really. Because when you feel good in your skin, you lead differently, you show up differently, and you remind others that they can too. So thank you so much, Renee, for being my guest
Thank
today.
you.
It's been such a
Thanks for
pleasure
having
chatting with
me. Love the
you. My
conversation.
company is, and Let's
That's
Get
right.
Dressed is the company. Please reach out to Renee on LinkedIn, and we will catch you guys in the next
Bye
one.
bye.
Bye bye. Thanks for hanging with me till the end. I hope you gained some valuable insight into the world of nursing. If today's episode inspired you, please like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs to hear about the amazing work nurses are doing. Let's keep breaking stereotypes and reshaping the narrative together. I'll see you next time.